Everyone. So we got another fight night this weekend, and we got heavyweights in the main event. With this is gonna be a hard one to watch because this one can be very sad to watch if Tuivasa loses again. Which if you know anything with his career right now, he's 3-fight losing streak, all finishes. Has not been fun to watch, and this is sad considering the win streak he was putting on, like 5-fight win streak. If he would have beat Cyril Gane, he would have had a title shot. He even dropped him in that fight, which was crazy, and I was super happy for him. Before that, KOing Greg Hardy, the Derek Lewis fight, that was a fun fun finish. Just overall, and he's just such a fun personality that made it sad to watch. And now see him lose to Cyril Gane. He ended up getting TKO'd in that fight, then making the dumb decision to turn around on 3 months' notice after getting brutally TKO'd. It wasn't just he gets dropped and a couple more strikes. It was bad. It was bad. And then to go against Sergey Pavlovich, who I think people are already forgetting is a monster when it comes to striking. One of the shortest active fight times. KOs, TKOs, everything you want. He does that to Tuivasa, just brutal stuff. And then he got submitted by, I think it was an anaconda choke by Alexander Volkov at what event? 293, I believe that. I know it's the Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland fight. So it's not like he's been losing to bad fighters or anything. These are top tier guys, and he's taking that step down against Marcin Tybura, where they're right next to each other in the rankings, 9 and 10. Marcin Tybura, he's been in the rankings for quite a while, has some decent wins here and there, but I mean they both are, but they're both some pretty fat heavyweights to say so. But I don't know. I just think Marcin Tybura, out of all of the fat heavyweights there are, definitely the better out of them, because I mean there's just so many. I think he's better than Rosenstruik. He's better than these other unranked ones that come off the Contender Series that have no muscle insertions on their body, don't look like they are taking their career serious or just trying to go in for a paycheck. And he isn't as fat as these other guys, but he's pretty hefty. And then Tai Tuivasa, despite his frame and that stuff, is pretty athletic, just all things considered. Power of that. And this fight, I was kind of struggling because I'm like, man, is Tai Tuivasa going to be able to do it? And then, there were some factors that came up, it's Marcin Tybura, who, yeah, he was on a 2-fight win streak before losing to Tom Aspinall, who Tom Aspinall is now the current interim champion, and if John Jones retires, will be the champion, so that isn't bad. But they're against Blagoy Ivanov, who is a horrible, obese heavyweight that I'm ashamed that he's one of the top, closer to the top guys on top 15. And then, what's his name? Romanov. Yeah, Alexander Romanov, who beat Blagoy Ivanov in a stinker fight. Then that fight was so close that I thought it was a draw based on the first round should have been a 10-8. And then Marcin Tybura wins the second, third round because Romanov gassed out, because of course he did. So those aren't the most impressive wins. He lost to Volkov before that, and he's also 38, which, yeah, heavy. This isn't welterweight and below, where once you get past once you're 35 and above, your career's basically you're never going to be the same with that, because there's heavyweights that can do it, but it's still not preferred. And he's never been amazing athletically, and yeah, he's got good finishes and all that stuff, but it's not enough to really make me see this being seeing him get a finish over Tai Tuivasa, unless he somehow his grappling improves, because he has okay grappling and wrestling, but I don't think that's going to be an issue for Tai Tuivasa, who, yeah, he can get grappled, and he has been, and that's definitely his weakness. It's not like he's getting taken down by just these people who they've been good grapplers like Volkov and that, and I don't think Marcin Tybura is good enough to actually at least establish dominance with that. And Tai Tuivasa, he turns 31 on the day of the fight, I believe, because I was looking at it trying to figure out how old is he, and I knew he was young and far in comparison, which he'll be 7 years younger than Tybura. And I think his boxing, his low kicks are going to be an established factor in the of how he'll do, because if he starts going for those leg kicks early on, which those leg kicks were damaging Cyril Gahn, who is an expert at just striking, kickboxing, stance switching, all that stuff. He was starting to get to Cyril Gahn with that, which is high acclaim in my opinion of that. And I think if you can do it to Cyril Gahn, plotting Marcin Tybura, who does not have footwork, I think he can beat him with that. And basically, once he starts chopping at the legs, eventually Marcin Tybura, it won't even matter if the dude can wrestle, because he just will not have any strength to put it on. Any power he does have will start to go away, and then he can just start piecing him up with strikes. And in my opinion, I think he can finish him. I'm predicting a third round TKO from Tai Tuivasa. I think he's got a lot to prove of this. If he loses this fight, he's either one fight away from it, or he just gets cut. Because but I'm also at the same time, I don't know if they will cut him, because you see worse fighters in the heavyweight division. And it's not like the heavyweight division has that many good fighters that can really, they can be like, oh yeah, we can just cut any of these guys. Because he is at least losing to top guys, but it is a 3-fight losing streak. And but even whether or not why would he want to cut it close? Why would he want to go on a 4-fight losing streak? So I think he's going to be motivated to be like, I need to beat this guy. And if he can do it impressively, which I think he can, of getting that third round TKO, he can, build back some momentum and establish himself. And I don't know, he could get if he wins that fight, a Spivak fight would be pretty interesting, because I think Spivak's going to be looking to get a fight again, because he's been out for a bit after getting beaten and kind of embarrassed by Cyril Gahn, which I think Tuivasa can beat Spivak, because it's just how I feel after Spivak, who he really has to just clinch to take people down, and he's not doing it. Cyril Gahn, I think if he tries to have Tai Tuivasa, he's going to get elbowed and uppercut in the clinch, and just not going to look good. So I think Tuivasa has a lot to look forward to, and he's like, I can realistically win this fight. This is a fairly favorable matchup for him. So I just see him definitely taking this more seriously, and he's going to have a fire in his ass. He's going to win. But that's my pick. Tai Tuivasa, third round TKO. I'll see you guys later.